Hello everyone. Thanks for having me here tonight. My name is Brooklyn Wallis, and my pronouns are she and her. In writing this presentation, I felt stuck between telling the story I wanted to tell and answering the question in what felt like a boring way. I really didn't want to just name the directions and how I plan to help accomplish them. I'm a community activist, not a writer, but I hope I found a good balance. I hated high school. I was filled every morning with such dread, such anxiety, that sometimes I would make myself throw up in order to avoid it. I felt like I was stupid and lazy or both, and I was lonely and bullied. On 2 separate occasions, I had panic attacks at school and tried to walk home by myself, which was a 2-hour walk away. I only graduated thanks to our strategic plan at the time. And I know this because I looked it up. The directives they had, both then and in the years prior, had allowed 2 classes to exist that pretty much saved my high school career. First, I had an environmental sciences class that allowed me to learn in a way that I hadn't since I was a kid, hands-on. I planted trees, made a hydroponics system, started and maintained the school green bin program, and most impressively, actually showed up on time for morning class. Well, mostly. Second, I had a special education class that taught me that my ADHD wasn't a glass ceiling, but a different type of ladder. That class was taught by the late Fred Meisner, and it impacted my life in a way that I will never be able to pay back. Thanks to those classes, I managed not only to graduate, but to graduate with honors. However, in doing so, I realized that the school system was sort of broken. It just wasn't made for ADHDers like myself, or people with dyslexia, or autism, or any other neurodivergence or disability. I want to help make sure that no kid leaves those doors feeling the scorn and bitterness that I did. And you know what? I think we're on the right path. The board's focus on learning through engagement means kids like me should be able to learn the way that I needed to, while also helping them actually care about what they're learning about. The focus on equity is what allows students like me to graduate. And our growth in equitable learning strategies, giving students what they need to be on equal footing with their peers, is vital to ensuring no kid feels left behind and pushed aside like I did. I think we can still do more by continuing the progress we've made in that regard, in recognizing that students learn subjects like math and art and English differently, and adjusting how we teach those subjects accordingly. In the role of trustee, I hope to work towards revamping or supplementing our delegation system so that parents have a more appropriate place to ask questions and have dialogue. As it stands, trustees only being allowed to ask questions of clarification leads to delegates leaving feeling unheard. I also hope to hear more from students directly. I want there to be a network of student groups and councils that can feed information up the ladder so that we can hear how our policies are impacting students straight from the horse's mouths. And finally, I hope to show students that they can be community leaders no matter who they are. Growing up, I didn't know anything about trans women. All I knew was that they were the punchline, and one that would often end with everyone in the room throwing up in disgust. Kids need better representation than that. I know I did.
30 seconds.
I hope that I can be the role model I should have had, and so that the trans and queer students in the region and queer teachers know that they don't need to hide, that it's safe for all of us to be who we are. Thank you for your consideration, and I hope to be working with you all very soon.